Hi, it's Claire, your intuitive reader. I'm so glad you could join me. I pulled some cards. Well, I pulled a card to see which sign energy wanted to come out, and I got the Lovers. This is Gemini energy, also Mercury. You may be a Gemini with Gemini in your Mercury, or you could be a Gemini, just straight up Gemini. You could have it as your rising or your Venus or your moon. Or this could be something that's going on for you energetically in the Gemini season, which is right now. So wherever Gemini is placed in your chart or in your current life, this might apply. And if it does, great. If it does not, leave it and come back and see if some other energy speaks to you. So I hope everybody's doing great. It's a beautiful day. Got to get out there and get some sun. I've been advising everybody else to get some sun and hydrate and rest. And meanwhile, I'm not sleeping at all. So, oh, okay. So this is the Lovers card, which is the card that came out, which made me decide to do this sign. It's also a 4, which is foundational. And so I think this definitely has to do with a partnership, a love partnership. And if that doesn't apply to you, then it could be the love of a friend, the love of self, the love of whatever. But I'm getting this as a more romantic thing. And the first card that came out was the 9 of Wands. So this is some needing to rest and mend, and you know, you've gotten to this place. Maybe you're feeling some needing to mend from a relationship. That could definitely be what's going on. You know, these are emotional. This is an emotional card. And so, you know, even though it's fire, it's movement and stuff like that, he's at rest. He's looking around. He's like, okay, I'm tired. I put up all these poles. I put up all these, and they're growing, and they're, you know, but it was hot, sweaty work, and I need to rest. And so I'm really getting the strong feeling from the energy that you need to rest, that a lot's been going on. You've been putting a lot of work. Maybe you've been putting tons of work into a relationship. Maybe you've been putting tons of work into getting over a relationship, and you need to just, you know, sit down, drink some water, get out in the sun, get out in nature. I would definitely be aware of you know, he has a bandage on his head here, so you might be suffering from some migraines, or you might have hit your head. You might just be feeling just so like in your head that it's causing, you know, pain, and you need to give that a little break, because that can be a lot, and it's not necessarily very good for you. It's hard to be in a different energy to attract the love we want, unless we are really taking care of our first love, which has to be ourselves. So let's see. Can you clarify the 9 of Wands, please? Clarify the 9 of Wands. Clarify the 9 of Wands with the Lovers. Clarify the 9 of Wands with the Lovers for the greatest intent, the best intent of... Okay. The 2 of Swords. This is again some more emotional energy. We've got the moon energy here and moon energy here. This is action. So emotions based on action, hard work, and movement and passion. And this is emotional energy about making a logical decision. So maybe you need to have more faith. You know, maybe you've gotten beat up by love. Maybe this relationship has been more than you thought you could handle. And you're really sitting in there between like, oh, we just keep arguing, or we keep just having these disagreements. And maybe you guys aren't understanding each other. Or maybe the past or all the work or the hardship is really clouding what the emotions. You know, you need to trust your instincts. You need to know that no matter what, that if it feels right or it feels wrong, that's correct. Trusting yourself and knowing deep inside you that you have the answers to what is right for you is really important. We often go to oh wow, that popped out really fast. We often go to other people, tarot readers. You know, maybe you're like watching over and over again, trying to find an answer to a question that if you were to spend time taking a break, resting, looking at what you have accomplished, and trusting blind faith in your own instincts, you know the answers. And you've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy. This is analytical but abundant. So really being, thoughtful about this. Trust your instincts and know that you've done the hard work, and that will lead you to being this Queen of Abundance. She is earthly abundance. Very similar to the Empress card, but she's the step before that. So maybe you need to realize how much work you've done, trust yourself, and then you will create all the things that you want, relationships, health. Don't be focused just on money. You need the energy to solve your own problems. So let's see. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles with the King of Swords. So again, you trusting your instincts, using logic, to really not get weighed down in the burdens that all the work that you've done. You're tired. You need to sit down and rest to create. You need to know that no matter what, that you have all the information, and you don't have to be analytical, but you can be straightforward. I don't see a lot of emotional energy here. So I would stick with the logic. Think with your mind. So, okay, but we got the Seven of Swords. So maybe there's been some, there was some deception. So this is kind of hard. You feel like you've gotten cut. And people have taken things. So you don't necessarily want to trust that you will make a right decision, because in the past you haven't. We have things happen, not because we're doomed, but because we have to learn certain lessons. And learning those lessons can be painful. It can feel like we've lost everything. But just like in this card, there are still two swords. And those are the swords of truth. So you still have your core swords. You still have the ability to cut through the crap. You don't need 7 swords. So, think of it as a favor. They took a lot of unnecessary things out of your life so that you could make a clear decision. So instead of thinking of this as a hardship or someone deceiving you, use it as the ability to think clearly. You only really need one sword to cut through things. You don't need all these. This is excessive. And again, there's some more moon energy. So I do feel like there's a lot of emotions going on here. This has a lot to do with emotional words, thoughts, actions based on toiling and hardship. And you don't need to be in that place. You have the ability to love and be loved, and no matter what else has happened, you may years later realize that all these hardships that happened to you were the best thing that could have happened to you. I mean, I personally had that happen, where I thought the ending of a relationship was the worst thing that could happen. I thought my life was over. I didn't know who I was in that place in the world. And you may be feeling like that. Maybe something monumental, a relationship, ended. And now where are you? You're like, oh man, I put in all this work. Now it's for nothing. No, it's not for nothing. You've got to trust yourself that you have everything you could possibly want. No matter what people take, no matter what kind of tricks they play or nastiness they put in, you are the king or queen. We have the queen here too. You can manifest whatever you want. You don't need all this extra junk. You need just you, and you will get to a place where you are so happy with yourself. So enjoy your own company. Look back on things that you thought were like the defining moments of your life and realize that you don't need anybody else. And when you get to that place, not from a place of, oh, I don't need anyone else. Sorry about that. But more of a place of, I know me and I'm happy with me. And so when you feel that, really feel that, love will come in, the right love, because you will be on the right frequency to experience the love that you are meant to receive. The next card is the Ace of Wands. This is new everything, like movement. So like when you get to that place, when you've trusted yourself, you've sat down and nurtured yourself, you've cut through all the garbage, you will bring in a new wish, a new, this could be, wands can also symbolize, a want. And so, like, in order to get a new wand, or have a new wand in your life, you have to get rid of the extra crap. Let them take this. Get rid of it. You don't need this. You don't need all these extra words and thoughts, and you need to focus on your manifestation. This is some fiery energy. Bright future. Realize your dreams. You got this. You're going to have to do some work, though. I haven't seen any cup energy, but there's a lot of moon energy. So there are a lot of emotions, but they're not, maybe you need to release them. I'm not getting any sort of water. So there's a lot of fire here, and there's some earth, but there's very little water. There's a lot of air. It does seem like you might be up in your head a little bit. It is also Gemini season, and so it may have more to do with that. You as a Gemini, or wherever it is in your life, Gemini. Yeah, oh, she's Queen of Swords. So you've got the king and the queen of this suit. You are the boss of your thoughts. You know, you could also be having a air sign come in, somebody who is very analytical, or you could just be being a very analytical boss now. You know, you're like, yeah, I spent a lot of time. You know, you are also an air sign, so this is just probably you, and you're attracting yourself. Maybe you are your own lover. Maybe you are your own wand. Maybe you don't need all this crap. You're like, oh yeah, I've had enough of all these outside sources. But there is a lot of, wow, yeah, it's good energy. I'm going to clarify the there. You've got two queens, a king, the lovers. Yeah, so you've got some really good energy, and so I'd like to clarify and see if there's anything. Oh, too many cards, but I'll take them. It's fine. It's just the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're gonna get as much as you give. If you want to stay by yourself on your throne and just like, yeah, I'm good. I'll just stay here up in my head, and I'll just keep my own counsel because, you know, I've been burned. I put in all this work. You're not going to get back what you necessarily want. So I would greatly suggest that you give out what you want to receive. Give it with generosity. Give it with charity. You know, this isn't more of a physical thing, you know, like really be fair to those outside of yourself, and that fairness, that generosity will return to you. And we finally got some cup energy, some water, yeah. And this is Pisces. So the Nine of Cups, this is your dreams come true. This is emotional fulfillment. Sitting back and just being like, wow, I worked my butt off in the sun and the dry dirt, and now I get to sit back and have emotional fulfillment. Yeah, I've trusted myself. I've been generous. I'm coming from a place of logic and compassion. And I can manifest anything. Wow, Gemini, you got some really good energy. I'm going to just give you a word of the day. I love this deck. It is like one of my favorite decks. It's a new deck. It's called Diviner Definitions. I love words. So I just want to see what word you get. There are a lot of cards. They are not easy to shuffle or even sort through. There's 110. Yeah, I think that's 111. So 111. So that's a little angel message for you that, you know, your love is out there. You just you gotta give, and then you'll definitely receive. You know, wink, wink. But the more we're generous in our love life, the more we receive. And I think that's true of most relationships, but especially when you're intimate, especially when you're getting vulnerable. And none of these cards, so I'm gonna have to pick one if this word won't come out. Let's see. Come on. Oh, there we go. Charm. So yeah, maybe you need to like work on your game a little bit. Like you're like, oh God, do I have to start all over? You know, I had 9 wands. Look at it. They were so tall. I did all this work. You know, could have been 9 years, 9-year relationship, 9-month relationship, 9 days. Could have just been really intense and a lot of work. And you're like, I don't want to start all over. But look at how how great this is. This is like, this is just coming, and it's ready to go wherever you want. It's not stuck in the ground where you have to stay one place. This is movement. You can go where you want. And so charm, it's a really pretty card. I associate this with the throat chakra. So maybe you need to like work on your charm game of what you say and how you carry yourself. Maybe you've been in a state of being alone or a relationship for so long that you've forgotten how to charm someone. So maybe you need to work on that, you know, work on yourself, connect to yourself, and you will probably, you know, figure out exactly what to say to someone. 1, the chanting or reciting of a magic spell or incantation. So, you know, like maybe you feel like there's been like a love spell been putting on you where you just feel like, oh, I'm stuck in this, and now, you know, yeah, don't feel that way. So, oh, you know, you could also have something special to you, a charm or something that brings you luck. Maybe you need to reconnect to something. Maybe you need to get something and then anoint it yourself as your lucky charm, your love lucky charm. And maybe you just need to eat some Lucky Charms. Hey, it's not the greatest cereal to eat health-wise, but having a little fun, a little magical fun in your life never hurt anybody, at least just once or twice. A trait that facilitates allures or delights compelling attractiveness. 4, to endow with or if with supernatural powers by means of spells or enchantment. So yeah, just, you know, if you've been in a relationship kind of stuck, maybe, you know, you don't want to go out looking all raggedy. So maybe you need to work on your charm. You see, this guy, he's like, I've got my cool hat on. You know, he's manspreading. So he's feeling real confident. So you can't be out going out like this and get the kind of love you'd want. You got to spruce yourself up. Put some effort into yourself. You know, manifest that wealth. Go out there, you know, even if you can't afford something, go to a thrift store. Find something cute, you know, revitalize something in your wardrobe. You know, get a haircut. See if the things in your life are manifesting the life outside that you want. And then if they're not, let them go. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pick an El Camino Oracle card. These are really beautiful cards. Okay, let's see. I'll show you the book. See? El Camino. Got the grandmother card. So, oh, and stories on the bottom. So maybe you have someone in your life who's on the older side, and they have some really good advice. Because sometimes we forget that people in past generations stayed together forever, and they weren't necessarily happy in that situation. So maybe talk to an older person in your life, or just take the opportunity when you meet someone and ask, you know, if they had had their own way, if they had had their own choices, what would they have done? Would they have sat around and been sad about what was going on in their life, or would they have taken every moment and enjoyed it? They probably would have, like, I'm sure if you talk to one of these older women, they'll tell you they'll take that wand. And it doesn't have to be a wand, it can be something else. But they would definitely go towards that, because we forget that people didn't always have a choice in their relationships. That's a new construct. And so take that opportunity. Who do you want to present? Who do you want to attract? what makes you happy? You know, I'm getting that there's some stuff around family that is holding you up when it comes to a relationship. Maybe your family is disappointed that this other relationship ended and they want you to be a certain kind of person. They want you to get married and they want you to do this, and that doesn't work for you. So you may have to go without their blessings and just trust yourself. Here was that card. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Bless yourself. Bless that charm. Get a charm. Get anything. Wear something. I've been wearing this since I was like 11 years old. Get something and do a little ceremony, just a little thing, and say, you know, I am bestowing charm on this. I'm bestowing love on this, and I will attract love. And believe it. And I bet you'll be much happier. I feel like you're conflicted between what's expected of you and what you truly want. This is your life. It's the only life you're going to have. Even if we have other lifetimes, this life is the only one you have right now. So you can't live it for someone else. So that being said, I really enjoyed your energy, and I hope that we meet again. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps the channel, and I look forward to reading your energy in the future. If this resonated with you, great. If it didn't, leave the energy here for someone else. Bye.